What's up, guys? So, as most of you guys know, the S14 that I've got going on right now is pretty wrecked, pretty abused. Had a good run into with a wall back at MD Round 4 at Killcare, and it's about time that we build something new. So we're actually on our way over to our friends with Dreamstyle Drift to look at an S14. It's got an SR in it. Gonna try to get Jake to buy the SR, hopefully. Hopefully everything works out. I know it's got a few little issues. We're gonna pretty much just look it over, see if it's something that we both want to get into. If Jake doesn't end up on the SR, I'm gonna put it up for sale. Hopefully the car works out and everything looks good, because we are running out of time on stuff, or being able to find stuff to build a good car. But apparently it's really hard to find an S14 that hasn't been wrecked and is rust free. So we finally found one. Luckily it's close and it's really cheap, so we're gonna hope for the best, and hopefully we'll be coming home with a car today. So we just picked up the new car. It actually looks pretty solid. The SR seemed to run okay. Couldn't really run it too much because it didn't have intercooler piping or mass airflow or anything on it. One of the oil lines is off the turbo, but everything looks good. Seems to have a box full of parts that should have everything else in there that we need. If not, we should be able to track it down pretty easy. Like I said, Jake's buying that. He's gonna take it over. I'm gonna kind of use my car as a donor car, put as much over to it as I can. But the car seems pretty solid. It's a straight chassis. The frame rail's a little dented from where a jack had pushed it up a little bit. We spent some time hanging out with some of the Dreamstyle guys, and it was a good time. I had a few beers with them, and making the 2-hour trip back home right now to watch some FD, but we will give you guys a walk around of the car whenever we get back, just kind of show you what's up, and hopefully give a little build thread on building the car for the next few months and see how it goes, so you guys can kind of follow along, see what it's like for our Pro 2 car, and see how simple it is, but yet very intricate and very solid build setup. We're definitely going to try to keep it simple because, you know, so many people overbuild these cars and go way too overboard for a Pro 2. You want to have a good car and want to have a lot of power, because so many people have ridiculous amounts of power and everything, but you can be competitive with just so little anymore. So we're just going to swap the Wise Fab over, keep just our Power by Max drop knuckle more than likely in the back, get some cheap adjustable control arms, and just kind of make it happen with what we got. And we're just going to document a full fabrication setup and everything like that. My friend Mark's going to help me out with all that, and see what we can do to document it all for you guys. Okay, so we got the car dropped off at Jake's house. Just dropped it off this morning. He's going to be spending the next week getting the engine pulled out of it. Once he gets that out of there, I'm going to take the car back to the shop and start getting some sound editing taken out of it, and really just go to town on it and give it a full look over. Drop it off over at my buddy Mark's house, kind of go over what we want done with it, and talk about what we're going to do with the cage, a little bit of a tube front. I think we're going to chop the rear. We've been thinking about the 2F over fenders that have the full rear quarter replacement built in, so that's kind of what we're thinking. Whether we go with it or not, I really don't know. I really want to run Origin rear over fenders. I really love the Type 3s, front and rear, but you know, if you want the breakaway fenders that you can just replace and not have to get out the porta power and spend 4 hours in the garage, maybe that's the way to go. But we're gonna go over kind of what we're wanting to do. I have already put the front end up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and I will be probably parting out a lot of the interior stuff, so if there's anything you want out of it, let me know. Most of it's there. A lot of the interior plastics are there, so just hit me up if that's something you're interested in, and we'll give you a full walk around of the car and just kind of show you. It is a zinky front S14. Not a fan, personally. They can make it look really good, but I'm personally a fan of kooky front, the S15 fronts on these. I have an S15 front on my car. I'm probably going to do it again for the 2015 or the 2019 season. But everybody's trying to talk me into going kooky. I don't know. I mean, I really like kooky front ends, but it's just kind of not me. I've already had it. I like it, but I really like my S15 front. Let's see. I mean, pretty much the entire body is pretty straight. So, I mean, no really major dents. I mean, have you ever seen a back bumper that fits this well? It's really dirty. It sucks that I'm gonna have to pay to have the tent removed, because as you can see, it's pretty nasty. Somebody got into something there. It's a little bit of Bondo, but we're talking about hacking it right at the body line there, just that we have a place to mount the headlight or mount the tail lights. we decide not to go with the 2F rear stuff. But my buddy Caleb said he's going to send me pretty much a bunch of pictures on how he did his. So hopefully we'll be able to make something happen with that. Let's see here. Inside is pretty well bone stock, except for the carpet. I got to spend the next few hours of it in the shop getting the sound deadening out, so I'm really not looking forward to that. Came with a decent SR. They said that the lights were brand new and they took the saran wrap off. It's kind of taken apart already, so a little bit of a head start for Jake to get this out. But overall, it's a good car. If you guys have any suggestions on what you think would be cool, what you guys would like to see for the next pro car in St. Louis, I am open to suggestions because I want something that not only I'm gonna like, but everybody else too. So let me know what you think, and stay tuned for the next video, and we will kind of, like I said, do a whole little build series on this.